Right, now we're on to my second guest for the afternoon on Webby Sports Roundup here in the beautiful village of Cayo Salvacchi, my manor in sunny Tenerife. Thank you for the first guest with Simon of Arsenal. Fantastic half an hour, great news. And don't forget, we're going to be doing a full event on that one in probably 2 or 3 weeks' time. So you better get ready for that. Now we're going to my number 2. Since I started the show, I asked this gentleman, will you help me out on it? He said, Webby, not a problem. He's still waiting for his trainers 3 months later. This is me, man, Terry.
Hey,
How's your trainers, son?
getting worn out.
They're
man.
getting a bit worn out, aren't they? Yeah, you can see this, but it's not. It's nowhere near me. Absolutely not. Now, I think you realise already over the past few months he supports Liverpool. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to ask him a few questions. He's going to talk about where he came from, what he did. Now, first and foremost, there's a great picture up here. It's when you were. How old was that picture? Can you remember the one you sent
I
me?
think that was 1978. That one.
How old were you then?
8.
You was 8.
8, yeah.
Can you see the flares? Unbelievable.
That's a fashion then, man.
And there's four milk bottles out there. Hey, didn't your mum bring them in?
We had generous milkman.
Yeah.
Silver, silver top, not gold top.
You've only
though.
paid for 2. That was the other 2 from next door neighbour. Oh dear me. 2 up, 2 down. Well, listen, Tel, come on. Right. How did you start? You came from.
I was born in Plaistow, East London.
That's near West Ham.
Half a mile from Upton Park, and as a very young kid, I think the first game was about 7.
Yeah.
My aunt used to take me to Upton Park every other Saturday.
Yeah.
Bear in mind that back in them days, in the 70s, everyone in that area was pretty much all West Ham.
Yeah, of course.
But for some reason, Liverpool were the best team. My parents worked in the haulage business, and for my 8th Christmas present, I got basically this shirt here, actually.
Okay, yeah.
This Hitachi shirt, which was like the first sort of professional team to
Yeah.
have a sponsor on. So
Okay.
walking around East End of London with a Liverpool top on, I used to get chased quite regular.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because it was pretty naughty back then.
Yeah.
And then my sort of first proper recollection of watching Liverpool play was probably 77, 78 season when West Ham went down. And I think it was the 29th of April 78, last game of the season. They played Liverpool. They had to win to stay up, and the results went up their way. And Liverpool won 2-0
At Upton Park.
at Upton Park. And I come out the ground, and back in them days, they used to sell sort of like rosettes and stuff.
Okay.
Away stuff as well. And I bought this big, massive Liverpool rosette.
I remember those
I
days.
walked down the Barking Road with it, and honestly, I was getting chased by proper lads. I thought I was going to get beat up, and when I got home, the old man wouldn't talk to me for about 2 weeks, because obviously West Ham got relegated, and it stuck from there. And basically, growing up, Liverpool were the best team around at the time. But
And your mum's big West Ham.
my mum, my aunt, all my family either work at West Ham or they got season tickets, and they always have done.
Do they talk to you?
I'm what they call the black sheep of the family. So
Yeah.
it's just one of them. I mean, obviously I grew up in the 70s. Liverpool were the best team. It
Of
stuck.
course.
A little glory on it from a kid, but obviously when you go 30 years without winning the league and you're still going to all the games, travelling around Europe, people say to you, "Oh, fair play to going over. You know, you're not going to win nothing, are you?" But obviously when you're winning trophies,
Yeah, of
oh,
course.
you're bloody glory, aren't you? But listen, mate, I've done my shift over time, and
Yeah, you have. I know. Yeah.
yeah. So.
Right. Listen. Last season, you had an absolutely deplorable season. You finished 5th in the Premier League, which has not happened for a while.
Yeah.
Why? What exactly happened with Liverpool last year?
I think what it was last season, we brought Nunes in, who, as I said, I've seen when I went to Benfica last year, great player, and this season he will be good. I mean, he got 15 goals last season. People don't
Yeah.
seem to realise he got 15 goals, which
Yeah.
is not bundles, but it's 15.
Of course.
And obviously Mane had gone. The system changed. We brought 1 or 2 more players in, and then obviously what happened a few years back when we sort of like had a shock of a season.
Yeah.
The midfield. Players in the midfield were injured. Thiago was injured. Henderson was
Yeah.
injured. We brought a young lad in, Barisic. He got injured. And then literally to sum it up, we played Real Madrid away in the Champions League, and we're starting with Milner, who's 37 years of age. Now,
A great professional, but not up to the standard.
yeah,
That you need.
we should have invested last summer in the midfield. We didn't do it.
Yeah.
Klopp realised, I think he made a mistake. But again, this is one thing, you know, Liverpool are not made of money. Liverpool run as a business. They've not got some Qatari
Sheikh
or
Arab,
Saudi Arabian
okay.
state
Yeah.
bankrolling them.
Okay.
Liverpool run their club professionally. In
Okay.
the last few years,
Is it American?
yeah,
Yes, American.
Fenway Group.
American sport.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
And I mean, last few years had a brand new main stand done. That's what 6 years old now.
Yeah.
And as we talk now, the Anfield Road end's being done.
Okay.
Now you can't go and
When you
spend.
say being done, is that extra seats or just basically?
Yeah, complete new stands going on top of the
Okay.
current stand.
Yeah.
So the capacity for this season would be from 53 up to 61.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Thousand.
Good.
And obviously that would take us to another level. But again, you can't go and buy a player for 100 million quid
No.
and expect to get a brand new stand built. It's
No,
just,
no.
you know, there's only so much money coming in.
You've got there's training facilities as well, behind the scenes, all the staff.
Again,
it all adds up.
Again, they've just last few years invested millions and millions
Yeah, yeah.
on a new training facility.
Yeah, yeah,
Which
gotcha.
is state of the art. It's,
Yeah.
it's beyond anything any other team's got, probably, apart from I've seen Man City. It's great.
Right. You've got in McAllister from Brighton. Is he Argentinian?
He's Argentinian.
Yeah.
He plays pretty much up front with Messi for 35 million.
Yeah.
He's a bargain. The lad we got from Hungary, 60 million. Again,
Right, he's the 22-year-old captain, came from
Yeah.
Germany. Germany?
We've got him from Leipzig.
Leipzig, yeah, that's right.
Hopefully he's going to be better than Naby Keita, who we spent 50 odd million from Leipzig a few years
I've
ago.
been on YouTube and followed him, and he looks fantastic. He scored some great goals. Young, fit. He looks good. 22-year-old Hungarian captain, isn't he?
Yeah,
Looks
I mean,
good.
he's. Let's hope he's. It's a ground running, because this season, I don't think any team can afford to start off slow and expect
No.
to win the league.
No chance. No,
I think we'll be probably getting one or more two in midfield, hopefully. And I actually do think we need to bring a quality centre back. There's a lot of this lad from Brighton who's a Chelsea player coming in, who's just
Okay.
played for the under-21s.
Yeah.
Whether Chelsea will sell to us, I
Okay.
don't know. But
It's always difficult,
I
isn't
think
it?
this season it's going to be a very tight season.
So realistic ambition of this season. What would make you happy at the end of this season? You finished fifth last year. Where do you think you want to?
We didn't deserve to finish top four, because not for one day last season did Liverpool be in the top
Be
four.
in the top four,
We weren't
no.
in the top four all season.
You was 5, 6, 7.
I mean,
weren't
we
you?
won our sort of like 8 out of the last 10 games, drew the other 2.
Yeah.
We got within touching distance, but we weren't in the mix
No,
all season.
no.
This season, I think a must is to get back in the top 4. But if the 2 new lads hit it running,
Yeah.
and scoring goals ain't the issue.
No.
The defence needs to tighten up, because again we were leaking goals last season.
Yeah.
The goalkeeper's sound, a bit more strength in depth, and I think top 4, maybe push City. But I don't think City's going to have it their own way, because I think if Silva leaves, they're talking to him going on the old gravy train to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
They're saying back Carl Walker might go. It
Yeah.
could be a different season.
Well, Arsenal's going to push them. I think if they get Rice over this guy Timber, I think Arsenal will go close. You want United, you want Liverpool, you want all 4, even Chelsea and Tottenham, all push for each other, play with each other.
I can't see Chelsea. I mean, what, 10 out, 10 in, right? I can't
Yeah.
see them
No.
being top 6 this season. Spurs at the moment with the Harry Kane saga. I mean, is he going? Is he staying? Personally, I would just get him in the office tomorrow and say,
Yeah.
you stand, yes or
Exactly,
no.
yes
if
or
not,
no.
go. Because
Well, Bayern Munich, they made 2 offers. I believe today he's back at the training range. He's at the training ground today, and obviously the manager, if you could pronounce his name from Celtic,
the Aussie fella.
yeah, the Aussie fella, you're better man than me.
Skippy.
Yeah, that'll do. He's got to say, right, what are you doing? Because if you're going to go to Munich, go. Let's get the money.
They've got to get rid. I think personally,
It's time.
he's not going to win anything at Tottenham.
No, he's not.
And we had this conversation the other week. That
Yeah.
Does he want to be remembered as a player who scored 70 goals for England,
Yeah,
150 caps,
yeah,
scored hat-tricks against San Marino and Faroe Islands and Azerbaijan,
Yeah.
or a player who goes to, say, Germany, wins the league, because they win the league every year, 10 years on the spin.
they've won 10, Bayern Munich.
Does he
yeah.
want to win trophies?
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And play Champions League football regularly?
Exactly.
So
He's got to.
Yeah.
He's got to.
I mean, get him at Liverpool, but I don't think he'll fit in our system anyway.
No, he won't.
So-
No. But trophies.
Yes.
Well, I've talked about Simon and Arsenal trophies. I had the list, but I didn't write the list down for you because I know you would know them all. And Simon would probably know as well, but it was just information for me. So how many European Champions Cups have you had?
Well, the thing with trophies is obviously the last, I would say, 20 years, a
Yeah.
lot of teams, especially Liverpool, or more so Man U, have sort of devalued the FA Cup.
Yeah.
Where getting in the top 4 is seen more of an achievement than actually winning a trophy.
I agree.
That's why last season, sorry, the season before now, when Liverpool won the League Cup
Yeah.
and won the FA Cup,
Yeah.
they took them seriously. albeit halfway through the campaign, they
Yep.
start taking, because they thought we can win these. So as a fan of Liverpool, I like to see us put strong teams out and try and win these trophies because it is a day out at Wembley. But obviously Liverpool, not so much this season because they're in the Europa League. But again, personally, I think they'd be favourites for this season if they take it seriously. We want to get back to try and winning this again. I mean, they've won it 6 times.
I haven't picked on you today. I haven't said Thursday, have I?
Do you know what I mean?
It is what it
You've
is.
got to take the rough with the smooth.
Yeah,
I
I know,
dish
I
it
know.
out to everyone going.
Of course you do.
I mean, Liverpool won this 6 times. AC Milan have won it 7.
Yeah.
Real Madrid have won it about 500 times.
Yeah, of course.
Right? Other than that, no one else has. I mean, it's like
It's
being
close.
in it, but you've got to win it.
Yeah, I know.
So,
I know. Yeah.
but
I know what
and
you
again,
mean.
the league. I mean, Liverpool went 30 odd years without winning the league, and only one behind Man U, who won X amount of leagues in X amount of years. So,
yeah, okay, for sure.
But-
Right, listen. All right. Apart from that, I did ask you to bring a couple of bit of sports and memorabilias.
well, again, being a Liverpool fan, obviously, I ain't just. You think I'm going to have just Liverpool stuff, but obviously I like, all sorts of football teams in one thing.
I mean,
And-
that conversation that you
Yeah,
said.
this
earlier,
one's a great
that's
one.
a fantastic one. I like that.
This one here, I went to a charity do at the old, the Cafe Royal down Regent
You got the
Street.
photograph?
Yeah, a few years back.
Yeah.
And it was John Sillett, Jimmy Greaves and Sir Stan Matthews.
Yeah, it's just Stanley Matthews.
And it was a charity night and we bought a strip of tickets and my one come out first.
Superb.
So I went up and old Snoz, John Sillett, was dishing out the old...
Ex-Coventry boy.
Yep.
Won the FA Cup with,
funny fella.
with
funny
Curtis.
fella.
Yeah, he was. Horse racing man, everything. Great geezer.
He'd done a great speech. Jimmy
Yeah.
Greaves done a great speech, and Stan Matthews just sat there listening. Football changed over the years.
Yeah, of course.
And I went up, and Snoz is going, 25-year-old bottle of malt whiskey there, mate. Get that down you. He says, top quality. I went, I had the football. So he
So,
said,
so if there's a choice, you could have the whiskey.
well, there
or
was
the
about
four.
15, 20 prizes up
okay,
there. So
all right.
obviously I saw the football. 3 of them signed it beforehand.
Got to have it.
And before I went in,
Yeah.
I had a photo. My mate Simon, who got us the tickets actually, with all 3 of them. And it was a great evening.
Absolutely superb. And there they all are, aren't they?
Yeah, look a bit younger there actually.
So we got Jimmy Greaves, Snozzer. You got
That's
your good
it.
stuff. Then Sir Stanley Matthews, and that's your friend.
My mate Simon,
Oh, your mate Simon.
who's doing he's one of Simon's mates. He's a spud.
Oh, he's a spud.
Yeah, he's a spud,
He's
old
a spud.
Simon. Yeah, for his sins. So, but, it was a great night. I made a lot of money for charity, and
Yeah, great story.
yeah, I mean they had like an auction that night for a signed David James goalkeeper top, and I can't believe we're in for about £5,000. I would have stopped at bloody about £5 personally when he was in goal, but
Well, we couldn't. Weren't we talking last week? And he gone bankrupt or something. Somebody was saying he's got about 7 kids, hasn't he, David James? He's been everywhere, hasn't he? West Ham, Liverpool, Watford,
City,
Manchester,
Villa.
And he, yeah, everywhere.
yeah, he's been everywhere.
Right. What
Yeah.
about this? Now, I've had this thing
Right.
for the last half an hour. What is this?
Right,
I know what it is. Let the viewers of Liverpool know what it is. Tell the viewers who's not Liverpool. Come on,
right.
get it up. Come
Right,
on.
Here we go.
Go on.
It's proper quality this. By
No,
the way.
you pick it up. It's not.
Well,
Hey, it's not for.
there
Hey,
we go.
look at that. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, he can have it, can he?
Right, after Istanbul,
Yeah.
which was probably one of the best days of my life.
Of course.
Following season, done a few European aways,
Yeah.
a few league aways, and these European Cups started appearing. Some of the sort of pubs. I mean, I've got to get one of these. Anyway, halfway through the season, I couldn't get one, and we played Blackburn away.
Yeah.
And there was these flyers all over the floor, and it was Davy Johnson, ex-Liverpool, holding one of these replica trophies.
Of course.
And he's had a number on there. Call Davy, get your piece of history. I thought it was David Johnson
Himself.
flogging dodgy European Cups. Anyway, so I phoned him up. Cut a long story short, he didn't have any. Towards the end of the season, I phoned him up again and said, any joy? He said, I've got one left. He said, it's not been collected. He said, I'm not sure if you're up for the charity game, the Marina Douglas charity game at Anfield
Okay.
for cancer.
Yeah.
It was the 86 FA Cup final rematch between Liverpool and Everton. So I said, yeah, me and my son's coming up on the train. I said, what, have you got one? He said, well, listen, he said, the lad ain't collected it after the game. I'll meet you at Lime Street.
Yeah.
He said, and you can have it. 300 quid. I went, great, 300 quid. After the game, I'm walking out. He's phoned me up. He said, I'm at a taxi rank at Lime Street. Your trophy's here. Best 300 quid I've ever spent.
Fantastic.
I mean, it's been all around Europe, this trophy. I took it all around the bars. A lot of people in Tenerife have seen it. Obviously, a lot of people go, "Oh, not him and his poxy trophy again."
Yeah, I know.
But I mean, it's
Well,
great.
when I said to you yesterday, bring something, you said that you had to get it at your garage. You had to go down this Mercadona and get some cleaner.
It costs €3 to get some silver cleaner, which I will be taking out to Kitty. The expenses to give it a polish this morning.
We'll ask Tim. He's got the kitty, not me.
In all honesty, I mean, it's been what?
Yeah.
4 years now since we've won it, so
Okay.
it needed a bit of a polish
It
anyway.
needs to go back in because they're going to come out again for another year.
It won't be out this season.
Not this
put it that
season.
way.
Terry, listen, there's me, and phenomenal. What a great half an hour interview. Is there anybody on there that you want to say hello to at the camera, please?
Just to be family, really, and
Well, name your family then.
Vicky and Scarlett you met last week.
Oh, me and Scarlett, yeah, best mates.
And Sophia, who is a Liverpool supporter.
Is she?
But Scarlett's obviously West Ham.
Yeah, of course, I know.
Here's
a Bobby.
Talking of Bobby, right, very quickly.
This is Bobby
Right.
Baker. Oh, West Ham
Going on
nutcase.
from Sean. Sean's great interview done the other day. It's
Yeah.
probably the best interview I've seen actually on
Yeah,
there. It's
well done.
phenomenal.
Fantastic.
He mentioned on there about obviously he's bought bits of bobs of memorabilia. And
Yeah.
West Ham obviously moved from Upton Park.
Yeah.
They were selling off all sorts. Well,
Yeah.
my aunt used to work in the Chicken Run, which is a famous stand at West Ham.
Yeah.
And after the Man U game, I think her supervisor said to me, "Aunt Kim, here, just grab what you can. It's all going to be sold." And he took the gents' toilet sign off the door in the Chicken Run. And a year later, I'm back in my aunt's house in England when I'm visiting. I went, "What's that in the corner there?" She went, "Oh, it's a sign I took off the Chicken Run." She went, "You can have it. I've got no need for it." So I brought it back to Tenerife. And when Sean was talking about the toilet signs and all
Yeah,
this,
he was, yeah.
I thought, I swear I had one of these signs somewhere.
Yeah.
So I spoke to Vicky and she said, "Yeah, you give it to me dad." So Bobby Baker has got the gents' toilet sign from the old Chicken Run stand at West Ham in his spare room. So Sean, make an offer, mate. It could be a Bobby Dazzler.
Oh, we'll go up to his house. I'll call him outside and you go in the back door and you go and take it and what have you.
He might sell it, I don't know. I know, who knows, but...
Terry, till next week.
Good, matey.
Are you going away next week, are you?
Yeah, I'm in Barcelona watching the weekend.
Watching it? Yeah.
As in the weekend, the group.
I know the weekend. Terry, thanks very much indeed.
Too cool for you, mate.
Absolutely. Right, in 2 or 3 weeks' time, what we're going to do, I'm going to interview again, but properly, from start to finish, a good 45 minutes, sports and memorabilia, get your bits out, and we're going to have a fantastic...
I can't get my bits out on camera, mate.
I know.
Family show.
Yeah, but you better ask Tim about the... has he sorted the... the darts ladies. You know what I'm saying? What's
Yeah, Tim, how's we getting on when it starts, mate?
topless?
Yeah, I've interviewed a load of people.
I'm nice the old subscribers shot up.
We got one for Watford soon, don't we? I believe. Yeah. Yeah.
Watford player.
Any good?
She's lovely.
We'll have a talk. Send me your number. We'll sort it. All I can say is, listen, absolutely fantastic. Now, before we go, I was going to go off on my own and wait. Let Terry go get a beer, but I'm going to do it now.
Get a few bits out. Come on.
I'll get my own bits out.
You got one of these?
I've got eight. No, I haven't got one.
Move this out of the way then. You can use it as a table if you want.
I could take it. I'll buy Dawn some flowers here, put some water in, add some flowers. I brought a few bits of my memorabilia. I have got in my house. Dawn said to me, "You've got to get rid of that stuff." I've got stuff in my garage, my shed, top of the wardrobe, photographs, you name it, I've got it, honest to God. And do you know something? I thought if our Matt has a pub, he can have it in his pub. No, there's one of that stuff, Dad. We're going new. So anyway, I knew one day these items would come to fruition and they'd be worthy for showing people. But that's what Sean Murphy wants, and I'm doing the same. Right, there's me first one.
If Dirty Den's on there, mate, it's worth a few, Bob.
Dirty Den, it's probably not.
Is Ange on there? Dot Cotton?
Yeah, a bit of I think Don Cotton's on. Yeah, no. The thing is, in my pub, which is the world famous Garden Bar, I had...
please note, not for resale. Look, you
Yeah.
seen this, Tim?
Yeah, it says, not for Tim, can you read that? What does it say?
Not for resale by the BBC. Yeah. Unless you're one of their presenters, by the way.
There was only a few of them made, and you got them all signed. As a lot of people know that I'm very good friends with Billy Mitchell, EastEnders, Perry Fenwick. It's come in me pub. I'll do the story another time when I do all my bits. A few weeks' time, I'm going to do a bit of lots of my memorabilia. I've got a story about every single photograph, and I just love it. The passion is absolutely superb. So this one here, I think I've put it on, and Tim will he'll put it upstairs, if you know what I mean, up above me. And this was, as you know, we've done lots and lots of charity work over the years since we lived here.
He's got a sign like yours.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's the one. So there's Billy Mitchell Perry showing this. He looks a bit younger there, doesn't he? And the bottom right-hand corner or left-hand corner for where you're looking, that's when Paul Scholes of Man United was in the pub. Came on the weekend, Saturday morning, when United played Everton at Goodison Park, and I think Everton won 1-0.
He's got.
And don't.
He's got a Tom Selleck tash here. Look.
I have. I love Tom Selleck as well. And I think Dawn, he drank Diet Coke and a cheese and tomato, no, a cheese and pickle toasty he had. But what a lovely fella. So that was for Help the Heroes and the Lions Club, and we raised approximately about €6,000 on that particular visit. And if you can see on the bottom right-hand corner, lots of people over the year used to bring in football shirts and signed and so forth. So we did all that. And with that, as Billy Mitchell Perry brought that over for me, and all the staff have signed it. As he says, best wishes, Perry Fenwick, and lots of the cast have signed that.
He's going to get the sack now, isn't he? Now that's on camera.
Yeah, he's going to get the
resale.
yeah, he's going to get the sack now. That's a great story. But this is another good story. Hold that for me, Tel. I love this. Going back about 3 weeks ago, when Ian Allison was staying in the Royal Sunset Beach Club, he got talking to this geezer called Roy, London boy, QPR, Watford, all around the area, and he got talking to Ian Allison, ex-Arsenal.
Is that Roger Daltrey?
Hey, that's Roger Daltrey, and he says that oh, I'm going to be interviewed this afternoon by a guy called Webby. He said, Webby, oh, you know Webby. So anyway, he used to come down to the Garden Bar. It was only down the road in Fanny Bay. Guy called Roy. What a fella, and I mean what a fella. There's nobody he didn't know. I think I did. I wrote some notes down. I probably lost them all now. Here are. He was very good friends of Wally Downs, ex-West Ham. He was one of the Wimbledon crazy gang.
Yeah.
All right, crazy gang from 79 to 88. Played 207 times for him, scored 15 goals. He was assistant manager to quite a few clubs, to Reading, West Ham, QPR, Palace, and he was actually Brentford manager back in 2002, 2004. Now, he was best mates with Vinnie Jones. And he says, I'll get you something. So I had all sports and memorabilia around the pub. He says, I'll get you something, Webby. So anyway, so cut long story short, he wrote or spoke to him on the phone to Vinnie Jones himself, and they were in a film. And I've YouTubed it today. There's the photo, and you'll see it obviously on the camera above, if you can see that. And the film is called, what does that say, Terry? Oh, Johnny Was. Johnny Was. So if you look at Johnny Was, you'll see. And if you click onto it, that's the picture that will come up. And I've got that signed by Vinnie Jones himself. You've got Lennox Lewis and Roger Daltrey, plus a few other American actors and actresses.
But what
and I've got,
Johnny Was what?
And I've actually got, it's a great film, it is a good film. And I've actually got Vinnie Jones's address, because it was sent to him and he brought it down for me. And that is a great, great story. And that's all through Roy to Wally Downs, to Vinnie Jones, etc., etc. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah. I've got many, many more stories of that. Right, that's for me. All I'm going to say, I'm going to wrap it all up now. I'm going to say thank you for Simon on his Arsenal, his Gooner. Thank you very much indeed. Terry, my big man, my number 2.
Are we going to go to the pub now?
We're going to go to the pub. We're going to have a nice bottle of Heineken.
I'm not sure about filming off location here, Tim.
Yeah,
we're no bar.
Yeah, I know. We're going to. Don't you worry about that. If you like what you see and you like what you hear, please subscribe. It's free. Pass it on to your family and friends. Webby Sports Roundup. Charity films and videos are going to be coming next week. I'm going to be interviewing 1 or 2 more people. I've got CD Tenerife, Chris Todd. I'm interviewing him Friday morning. That will go on over the weekend, ins and outs. It's just fantastic. It's our passion. It's Terry's passion. It's my passion. I want to thank Tim, who's my bottle washer, my
producer, director, cameraman.
See, I can't say them. I can only say bottle washer. That's what he is. Living with MS in Tenerife. Subscribe to that as well. So from me, Webby, from
me,
Terry, me, Terry.
From me
enjoy.
to you.
Yeah, and me. Please subscribe, and you have a great day. Thanks a lot for watching.